welcome to my channel. So in this story time, I'm going to be talking to you guys about how I got married to a man that I met on Facebook. Yeah, yes, I got married to a man that I met on Facebook. So if you're interested in story time, please keep on watching. If you're new here, my name is Banks and I'm a YouTuber based in Abuja. Last week I celebrated my 7th year wedding anniversary and I was like, Tokwe, it's time we talk about how you met your husband because I really never shared this publicly. Even my parents don't know the full details about how we met. Okay, so this is like the first time that I'm going to be talking about that story. This video is going to be in 2 parts. This is the first part, how I met my husband on Facebook, and the second part is going to be talking about the pros and cons of early marriage. Alright, so look out for part 2 of this video. Okay, so it was the year 2012. Yeah, 2012. Sorry about any noise you're hearing outside. I apologize in advance. So it was the year 2012 and I had a blog then. I had this blog called jiniga.com. That's the name of my second channel, but that was the name of my blog, jiniga.com. And I used to vlog about social enterprises, social entrepreneurs, and people who are doing great stuff in our community, that's in Nigeria, and just young people doing stuff all over the world. I just used to share about them. So I was on Facebook that particular day when I saw this ad. At the time I was running this series where I was interviewing different social entrepreneurs, young people who are just doing stuff, okay? And I just came across this advert on Facebook, and the advert was so well put together. It was for an NGO, it was for a social enterprise called Let's Play 1010, and I was like, wow, this idea is fantastic. And so I wanted to, then that's 2012. Not a lot of people in Nigeria were running sponsored ads on Facebook, so the assumption then was that anybody who could run a sponsored ad probably was from a proper company and not just an individual. Do you understand? So I DM'd the page and also took down, because that was the time of BBN, I took down the pin and I reached out to the page. But I was like, hi, my name is Temtokwe, I'm a blogger with jiniga.com. I would like to hear your story, would like to interview you and hear what your organization is about. So nobody responded to that message. I never got any response to that message. So I took the phone number and there was a BBN pin, so I called, and the person who picked the line, I thought it was a proper NGO, so I didn't know that it was the, what's the word now, the facilitator, is that the right word? The owner, is it owner, facilitator? Please guys, I don't know the English. I didn't know that it was the person behind the brand I was talking to. Okay, so I just said, hi, I saw your ad on Facebook and I'm a content creator, I'm a blogger, I would like to interview you for my blog, blah blah blah. So the person was like, oh, thank you so much, my name is Fifehomi Banks. Okay, then it was Bankole before he changed it to Banks. My name is Fifehomi Bankole, and okay, blah, blah. I think it was like, oh, okay, send me an email or something like that. This is my BBM. So I was like, oh, this is BBM pin I saw. Oh, he said, yes, my BBM. I was like, okay. So we ended up not doing that interview. Like, we didn't do the interview again for a very long time. So during December, like I'd moved on from that season because he was busy. He didn't have time to give me the interview, so I just moved on. So during holiday period, because was it holiday? I just finished my youth service, because 2011 2012 was when I went for my national youth service. So I just done my passing out parade and all of that, so I was at home. And it was Christmas, it was holiday season just like we are in right now, and I was working because my parents are both lawyers and I'm also a lawyer. So I was working in their chambers. Like, I had lots of things to, lots of documents to review. Like, it was just a very stressful period. So you know, BBM, I was just ranting on BBM. I was just putting that everybody is chilling, everybody is everybody is in celebratory mode, but Temitope is stuck in the office typing and reading through cases, because I had to read through, what's that thing, I forgot all those things. I had to be compiling cases for my dad. He was to go to court. I was just doing different things for my parents. That was their secretary, everything in that office, though they had staff, but they would put everything on my head. So it was really a lot of work, and I was seeing other people turning up, enjoy, like people were really having a good time, but I was working. I was really working. So I put it on BBM, on my BBM status, that everybody's jiving, everybody's having a good time, but here I am, I'm working, blah blah blah. And so my husband, who at that time was that, so I just saw somebody responding to me. I was like, oh, you shouldn't really be complaining about the fact that you have work to do. I just like, oh, I just started talking about the fact that, oh my god, like the stress is too much, like I'm supposed to be, I just finished my youth service. My youth service was very stressful, because I was working in a bank, and I really like, I like work too much, even myself. So I felt like that period was for me to come home and really flange and flex and all of that before law school. So it was not like, oh, you are coming to law school. I said, yes, I'm going to law school. It was like, what campus? I was like, oh, Lagos, I'm going to Lagos. So, yeah, okay, let's finally have this our interview. Like, I was like, oh, that's true. So I said, okay, when I'm in Lagos, I'll call you, because it was like, Lagos is my law school campus in Lagos is close to his office and his house. So I was like, okay. Alright, thank you. Mommy is filming. So I was like, okay, no problem. So January the next year, I resumed at the Nigerian Law School Lagos campus, and I think one of those days I just remembered that, oh okay, I'm supposed to have an interview that I'm supposed to be doing. And so I reached out to him and said, hi, I'm in Lagos, in case you want to still do the interview. So he was like, okay, no problem. On a Sunday evening, he'll come to my campus. And he came to the campus, and that was the very first time we were meeting after I saw his advert on Facebook. And he was such a very chilled, I was in his car, we were just gisting as if we had known ourselves for a very long time. And this is the funniest part. So I saw a magazine behind his car. We started talking about his foundation. That was the ad that I saw, Let's Pay 10 Charity Foundation, what they do, how it was a revolutionary idea of savings for charity and all of that. So it was really very revolutionary. I was like, oh wow, that's a very fantastic idea. And we're just talking about different things about Let's Pay 10, what they had done at the time. It had been nominated for the future awards for that year. So I was like, oh, that's really great, you guys are doing a very great job, blah blah blah. So I now saw this magazine at the back of his car that had a picture of Benson Idahosa. So I was like, wow, do you know this man? That's my papa, because I used to attend Church of God Mission back at home in Benin. So I was like, oh wait, my church, Covenant Christian Center, were doing a posthumous award, and we're having like a conference. It's called the West African Faith Believers Conference. So I was like, oh wow, that I've always wanted to attend Covenant Church, Covenant Christian Center, but I just didn't have the time to go, because during my youth service year, let me digress, during my youth service year, I had a very funny idea that I wanted to be going to the big churches in Lagos to go and look for a man. But the Holy Spirit told me, no, Topo, you are going to go to a smaller church, and you are going to be there for this 1 year. At that time, I was like, either I go to Daystar or I go to Covenant. Those are the two churches that I had in mind. Not to go and worship God, or to go and look for man to position me. You know what, those kind of thinking. And when the Holy Spirit told me, no, go to this other church. It was a smaller church, we were just starting, and that was where I was for the full 1 year. So I didn't visit any other big churches in Lagos. I was really excited. So since I was in law school, that other church was far from me, so I wasn't really going there. I was going to this present house, Pastor Tony Rapple's church, because it was close to law school. So when my husband, people was like, oh, they were doing a convention that at TBS, if I would like to come. I was like, yes, I would like to come. That I really wanted to go to Pastor Koju's church, but I was just in another place. So, and since I'm a church person, so we just jived and I was really excited. So we went for the West African Faith Believers Convention, the very first edition. So it was in protocol, so they had to be carrying dignitaries, guests. So I sat down close to the people that were like, I don't know where protocol people used to usually sit down. It's usually close to where the ministers and all those kind of people sit down. So it was really very exciting for me, and there was a covenant close to me at law school, Lagoon Restaurant. Then so I was like, okay, every Sunday we'll come and pick me, we'll go to church together, and we just became friends. Now here's the part that was kind of spooky. I wasn't thinking about getting married at that time because I was like, how old? 21 going to 22. So one day my mother just calls me out of the blues and says, Temitope, who is the person around you? I said, oh mommy, which one is this one again? He said, the Holy God is telling me that there's somebody around you and that's the person you're going to get married to. I said, mommy, I beg, please. I'm in law school, planning to become a lawyer. It's not, if you know anything about law school, it's very, very demanding and very, very strenuous. You have to put your head, like even people who read our code, some people don't pass. It's really very demanding. So that is not the time to come and be thinking about man. My mother said no, that she knows what she's saying. That when God tells her something, because my mom is a prophetess, that when God tells her something, I said, mommy, I beg. I was even using to laugh. I said, there's nobody. I don't have a boyfriend. I don't have man friend. I don't even have any. He said, and that who is the person that just came into your life recently? Think about. I said, there's nobody, because we're not thinking. I wasn't thinking about that. I was just happy to be going to a church that somebody will come and carry me in his SUV. We'll go to church. That's it. Then after church, he will take me out and all of that. There was no, we just gist, were guys, like Erica would say, we're just guys, we're just friends, and we had a lot of things in common. So it was just fun and all of that. So so my mom now told me that, look, I had a dream, and in that dream you were getting, I was sleeping, me and your father were sleeping, and somebody ran and said, you people are sleeping, your daughter don't marry, don't go. I said, how Okpaleze? Is it not Okpaleze that was at the back of the house just now? So she said she woke up, she saw canopy, saw a big carnival that they were doing wedding, and she saw me and my husband that is a tall, she described him to the last detail, that he's tall, he's dark, and that we were dancing. She even described the color of the clothes we were wearing. I said, mommy, I just got to beg you, leave me. The funny thing is, till today my husband has still not yet proposed to get married. This is our 7th year married. He did not propose. So it was okay. Let me not say he did not propose, because when I say he did not propose, because he's saying that I should say the whole truth. He just said he bought this very nice Ghanaian necklace when he went to Ghana. So he got this, he said he bought the necklace for the person he intended to get married to, and I just wants to dash me. Is that one proposal? That's not proposal. He only expressed his desires, okay? Anyway, so when my mom shared that revelation, me, I didn't take it serious. So Fifa was like, oh, I would like to come and meet your parents, with my parents. I met him in January and we got married in November that year. And I was like, okay, because I didn't think it was serious. I was like, okay, if you want to come, come. We live in Benin City. So even the day they were coming for introduction, I was like, okay, if they're coming, like I you know, when somebody's excited, like, oh, I'm going to get married, I didn't have any of that. Me, I was just like, if this thing is real, no problem. If it's not real, no wahala. But here we are. This is 7 years later, and I am saying this story. So that's how I got married to a man that I met on Facebook. So yeah, so if you enjoyed this story, please give it a thumbs up. The next part of this video, the next part 2 of this video is going to be the pros and cons of early marriage. Do I regret getting married on time? And does early marriage stop you from achieving your goals? So I'll see you guys in my next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.